do the research that they invented the swastika. No, no. What the Nazis did, and what all Satanists do, is they take an esoteric symbol and they turn it around to consciously indicate the negative. This is why the classic symbol of Satanism is the five-pointed star reversed, so it's pointing down, not up. Reverse symbolism. You'll find this in the Illuminati all the time as they use this stuff. This is a Phoenician standing stone in Scotland. Again, the swastika, which the Nazis reversed to indicate the negative. Not surprising. Now, all over the west of England, in the chalk hillsides, are white horses, which conventional kind of histories can't understand or explain where they came from. Well, this one is the oldest, and it's on a place called Uffington, in the Valley of the White Horse, named after it, not really from Stonehenge, not too much of a drive. And conventional archaeology says this was created in 3000 BC or around then. That's just when the Phoenicians were arriving in Britain from the Middle East and the Near East with this advanced knowledge. Why would they put those, the Phoenicians, on the hillsides of Britain? Because the white horse was a symbol of the Phoenician religion. And so you look at the stone circles of Britain. And this one's Avebury, which is, again, even closer than Stonehenge to that white horse. The massive stone circle and lots of ancient earthworks which connect into it. It's like a circuit board. Here's the stone circle, and this is the biggest man-made or human-made mound in Europe, called Silbury Hill, and just down from that circle that you saw. And there's many other earthworks, like, as I say, a circuit board. Now, again, who built these? Where did the knowledge come from? Well, the Phoenicians' arrival in Britain also corresponds with the window of time in which it suggested that these earthworks and these stone circles were created. This is Stonehenge. That's a crop pattern, 125 circles that appeared suddenly. And it's amazing how quick two blokes with a stick can work pushing. Isn't it? Isn't it amazing? Doug and Dave? It is amazing. It's amazing how quick. I mean, they must really move with them sticks. 125 circles. And that's the main road there, going from London to the west of England. Now, with the passage of the Phoenicians, there's a lot more to say about them, but I want to focus on the theme of the day. Came hidden knowledge. This is so important. That image that I showed earlier of the pyramid with ignorance in the main body among the masses of the people and knowledge held at the top is so important. I just want to go now through some of the knowledge that these advanced peoples, particularly these bloodlines, held in the ancient world, which allowed them to build these amazing structures, Stonehenge not least, and also the way that they have held it to the present day, and how they want us not to know about it. Again, there's that image. This is the idea. Create a structure. In the ancient world, it was mystery schools. Now it's the global secret society network. Keep the real knowledge here and them in ignorance of that possibility. And one of the great areas of knowledge is the fact that this planet is encircled and interpenetrated by a web of force lines, energy lines. Some people call them ley lines, other people call them meridian lines, the Chinese call them dragon lines. And where one or two of these force lines cross, you get a small vortex of energy, a very powerful point. Where lots of these vortexes cross, you get, or lots of these lines cross, you get a massive vortex of energy. Now, energy is neutral. It just is. You know, I mean, energy is just like energy. It's vibrating. And you want to say, what do you want me to do? I want you to be malevolent. All right, I'll vibrate to the malevolent vibration. You're a bastard. I hate you. You know. It's just energy. We impregnate energy with the vibration by our thoughts and by ritual. Of course, is the focus, very powerful focus of thought. Oh no, I want you to be loving now. All right, then I love you. I'll just vibrate a bit quicker. You know, it's just energy. It's neutral. It's not good and bad. So, you know, these energy sites are not like, it's the occult, it's the devil. It's just energy. It's how we use it. And it's interesting that at these major points where these energy lines cross, that's where these people with this ancient knowledge built the stone circles and these great earthworks. This is where Freemasons invariably stick their temples. This is where the ancient temples were put. This is where the pyramids were put, and a massive vortex point. They understand that. It's just energy. You can harness it for malevolent reasons. You can harness it for positive reasons. And interestingly, it would seem that the heart center of this energy grid, where more lines cross, the very heart center, is what we call the British Isles, which it seems is why all these ancient people headed there, and why the Illuminati have focused their whole operation out of there. And there are more stone circles, earthworks, and standing stones per square mile in Britain than anywhere else in the world. It's just extraordinary, because it is such a center of this energy. And they know that if you can harness and control the vibration of the energy grid by your action and by your ritual, you are vibrating the energy that we're all living in, because this is not empty space, it's vibrating energy, to the vibration that most suits your agenda. This is a key area of knowledge which we've been kept from, which has been used to control us. This is from a book, a very good book, called Pie in the Sky, Pi, P-I, which looks at the energy grid of Ireland and Britain. And again, talks about the fact that this is a massive center in the Earth's energy grid. Also, this is, it's not a very sharp picture, but this is from Chichen Itza in the Maya country, the pyramids on this side of the world, the American continent. When you start to research this and where the Phoenicians went with this knowledge, it's extraordinary. Phoenician artifacts have been found in the rainforest of Queensland. And again, a lot of people don't know this, that in the Grand Canyon, unmistakable Egyptian, including mummies, Egyptian Oriental artifacts have been found in caverns in the Grand Canyon, in areas, incidentally, which are still barred to the public. The Phoenician evidence can be found in New England. The idea that Columbus was the first person to get to this side of the world from the other side of the world is utterly ludicrous. And with it, they took this knowledge. So when the Europeans, the ones not in the know, came to the Americas, particularly South and Central America, they were staggered to see the same basic stories with different names, and the same basic cultures and artifacts and ways of doing things were found. It's because they weren't the first people to come from Europe. This knowledge went out a long, long time ago. Another area of knowledge is astrology. Astrology. I mean, what is it? It's bloody mad, it's the devil. Oh, we know it's the stupid astrology. What is it? All astrology is the science of how the movement of the planets creates a vibrational expression which affects constantly the Earth's energy field. As we live in the Earth's energy field, as those planets move and combine, therefore change the energy field of the Earth, we are affected by it. When we are born, some people say when we are conceived, probably both are true, we take on an energy which reflects where we're born at the time we're born. And as we therefore, with that energy impregnation, go through our lives, we, born 29th of April 1952, are going to take on a different energy in that place at that time than someone born on January 16th, 1960. The point being that, therefore, as I go through my life, I am going to, with my energy, interact with the movement of the planets and their effect in a different way to someone born in a different place at a different time. It's just energy interacting. Now, they don't want us to know that, so they've demonized it. The Pope says it's evil. I love the Pope, don't you? I love the Pope. I love the Pope when he's going along on that Pope-mobile. Behind 3.5 inches of bulletproof plexiglass, you know. I love that. I mean, that's faith in bloody action, isn't it? Hey, isn't it? Anyway, now, while they're demonizing it and laughing at it, and of course when you read your bloody astrology in the bloody local paper, I mean, of course not everyone's going to act like that. It's too far out, too generalized. But I know from astrologers who are on retainers from transnational corporation CEOs, and I know from astrologers in Britain who I've talked to, who work with certain people that people would be shocked if they knew, politicians and business people, etc., that the Illuminati do not cough unless it is astrologically right, because they know there are certain energy cycles when what you want to achieve has a much better chance of happening than if you do it at this cycle. They don't hold summits, takeovers, or anything unless it's astrologically right. But that's another area of information they want that they don't want as they use this stuff. This is a Phoenician standing stone in Scotland. Again, the swastika, which the Nazis reversed to indicate the negative, not surprising. Now, all over the west of England, in the chalk hillsides, are white horses, which conventional kind of histories can't understand, or at least with this advanced knowledge. Why would they put those, the Phoenicians, on the hillsides of Britain? Because the white horse was a symbol of the Phoenician religion. And so you look at the stone circles of Britain, and this one's Avebury, which is, again, even closer than Stonehenge to that white horse. The massive stone circle and lots of ancient earthworks which connect into it. It's like a circuit board. Here's the stone circle, and this is the biggest man-made or human-made mound in Europe, called Silbury Hill, and just down from that circle that you saw. And there's many other earthworks, like, as I say, a circuit board. Now again, who built these? Where did the knowledge come from? Well, explain where they came from. Well, this one is the oldest, and it's on a place called Uffington in the Valley of the White Horse, named after it, not really from Stonehenge, not too much of a drive. And conventional archaeology says this was created in 3000 BC, or around then. That's just when the Phoenicians were arriving in Britain from the Middle East and the Near East. Do the research that they invented the swastika. No. What the Nazis did, and what all Satanists do, is they take an esoteric symbol and they turn it around to consciously indicate the negative. This is why the classic symbol of Satanism is the five-pointed star, reversed, so it's pointing down, not up. Reverse symbolism. You'll find this in the Illuminati all the time.